You've been paying for things your own car already does for free, and that ends today. While you're sitting in a dealership waiting room, or handing a stranger $60 for a 2-minute job, 94% of drivers never learn the 11 secrets buried inside their own dashboard. And that ignorance is quietly draining your bank account year after year. This isn't a list of gimmicks. This is the financial gap between drivers who bleed money on things they don't understand and drivers who use every feature engineers already built into the car you're sitting in right now. Stick with me, because trick number 1 is the kind of mistake that turns into a 5-figure nightmare if you ignore it. Here's number 11. Number 11. Your tire pressure warning light stays lit, even after you've filled every tire to the exact number on your door jam sticker. And that little orange glow is a trap that costs unaware drivers $30 to $60 every single time they visit a shop, just to have someone press a button you could press yourself. You panic because you think something's mechanically wrong, and that panic is exactly what dealerships bank on. The truth is almost insulting in its simplicity. Somewhere under your steering column, or inside your glove box sits a small reset button, often labeled with a tire icon and an exclamation mark. And holding it for 3 to 5 seconds with the engine running recalibrates the entire system to your new baseline. Skip this, and you're not just annoyed. You're training yourself to ignore warning lights altogether, which is how real problems slip through unnoticed. Your verdict: that $30 charge is a tax on not reading your own owner's manual. Number 10. You check your mirrors before a lane change, you see nothing, you merge, and a horn blares because a car was sitting invisible the entire time in a blind spot most drivers never eliminate. This isn't bad luck. It's a mirror positioning mistake that the Society of Automotive Engineers documented decades ago, and it's directly responsible for a share of the sideswipe collisions that push your insurance premium into the stratosphere after just one claim. If you can see the side of your own car in your mirror, you've built yourself a blind spot on purpose without realizing it. Lean your head to the window. Angle the mirror outward until your own car disappears from view. Do the same leaning toward center for the passenger side. And suddenly cars stop vanishing between your rear view and your side mirror. One insurance claim from a preventable blind spot accident can spike your premium for 3 to 5 years. Your verdict: a wrongly angled mirror isn't a small inconvenience. It's a ticking time bomb sitting 6 inches from your face. Number 9. Your check engine light comes on. Your stomach drops, and you drive straight to a shop that charges $80 to $120 just to plug in a scanner and tell you what code triggered it, before you've spent a dime on the actual repair. That diagnostic fee is one of the most repeated cash grabs in the entire industry, and most drivers pay it over and over across the life of a car without ever questioning it. A basic Bluetooth OBD2 reader costs $15 to $25 online. Plugs into a port under your dashboard that's been sitting there the entire time you've owned the car, and pairs with a free app that tells you the exact code. Whether it's a serious engine failure or a loose gas cap that's setting off a false alarm, owners who skip this step end up authorizing repairs on faith alone, sometimes paying for work they never needed because they had no way to verify the diagnosis. Your verdict: that $15 tool pays for itself the very first time it saves you from an unnecessary repair bill. Number 8. You pull into your driveway at night, kill the engine, and walk to your front door in total darkness while your car sits there with a feature it never told you about. Most vehicles built after 2010 include a follow me home headlight delay that keeps your lights on for 30 to 90 seconds after shutoff. But it's buried and disabled inside your infotainment settings, so you're stumbling in the dark for no reason at all. Dig into exterior lighting settings, enable the delay, choose your duration, and never fumble for your keys in a dark driveway again. It sounds minor until you remember that dark driveways and dark parking structures are exactly where opportunistic crime happens, and a well-lit path home is a safety feature you're paying for and simply not using. Your verdict: this is a free security upgrade your car has been hiding from you since day one. Number 7. You and whoever's riding shotgun have fought over the temperature dial more times than you can count. Someone's sweating, someone's freezing, and the fan speed keeps getting adjusted back and forth like a hostage negotiation. Almost every car built in the last 15 years has a dual-zone sync button, sitting right on the climate panel, and disabling it lets the driver run 65 degrees, while the passenger runs 72, each side getting exactly what they want from the vents on their side. Drivers who don't know this exists sometimes spend $600 to $1,500 retrofitting aftermarket dual-zone systems onto cars that already have the feature built in from the factory. That's not a repair, that's paying full price for something you already own. Your verdict: one button press ends a war that's been running since the day you bought the car. Number 6. Your dashboard has 2 trip meters, and you're almost certainly only using one of them, which means you're guessing at maintenance intervals instead of tracking them, and guessing is how small problems become expensive ones. Trip A tracks your fuel mileage, but Trip B sits there unused, and resetting it after every oil change, every tire rotation, every repair gives you an exact, real-time mileage countdown to your next service, instead of a vague memory you're probably wrong about. Drivers who skip oil changes because they lost track of the last one are gambling with an engine that can seize entirely, turning a $50 oil change into a $5,000 engine replacement. Your verdict: ignoring Trip B isn't laziness, it's a gamble with your engine's entire lifespan. Number 5. You disengage your cruise control for a slower car ahead past them, and then manually stomp the accelerator back up to speed, instead of using the resume button sitting right there on your steering wheel. Every modern cruise system stores your last set speed in memory, and pressing resume brings you back to it automatically without a single manual adjustment. It sounds trivial until you multiply it across every single highway trip you'll ever take, where the constant manual acceleration adds driver fatigue and inconsistent speeds that quietly increase your fuel consumption over thousands of miles. Your verdict: one ignored button is costing you comfort and gas money on every road trip you'll ever drive. Number 4. Your key fob battery dies at the worst possible moment, usually in a parking lot, in the rain, and you assume you're stuck calling a locksmith for a $150 emergency fee. What almost nobody tells you is that nearly every fob has a mechanical backup key hidden inside it, and nearly every car has an emergency start procedure using that backup key, even when the fob battery is completely dead. Owners who never learn this end up towing their own car or paying emergency locksmith rates for a problem that a $2 coin cell battery could have prevented in the first place. Your verdict: a dead fob is not a locked-out disaster, it's a 5-minute fix disguised as an emergency. Number 3. You take your car in for routine service, and the advisor hands you a laminated sheet listing thousands of dollars in recommended maintenance items. And most drivers nod along and pay because they assume the dealership knows better than they do. Your actual maintenance schedule, the one your engineers designed and tested, is sitting inside your glove box in the owner's manual, and it almost never matches the aggressive upsell sheet you're being handed. Consumer advocates have flagged this exact pattern for years, dealerships padding service visits with unnecessary flushes and inspections that inflate a routine oil change into a $400 visit. Your verdict: the manual in your glove box is the only maintenance schedule you actually owe your car. Number 2. You rotate your tires or pay someone else to, without ever checking whether the pattern used actually matches your drivetrain, and using the wrong rotation pattern accelerates uneven wear that can shave thousands of miles off a tire set that should have lasted 80,000. Front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive vehicles each require a different rotation pattern to wear evenly, and a shop rushing through a routine service doesn't always get it right. Replacing a full set of tires early because of uneven wear can run you $600 to $1,200 earlier than it should, money you never needed to spend. Your verdict: the wrong rotation pattern is a slow, expensive betrayal you won't notice until the bill arrives. Number 1. You flick your turn signal on and start steering into the next lane almost simultaneously, giving surrounding drivers less than 2 seconds of warning before you move. And that habit is one of the most common causes of preventable highway collisions on the road today. Commercial drivers are trained to signal a full 5 seconds before any lane change, giving every car around them time to see it, register it, and react. Most private drivers never learn this rule, And the gap between a 2-second signal and a 5-second signal is often the exact gap between a clean lane change and a collision that wrecks your car and spikes your insurance for years. Your verdict: this one habit costs you nothing to fix and could be the difference between a normal Tuesday and the worst day of your life. You just learned 11 things your car has been quietly hiding from you. Features and habits that separate drivers who bleed money and risk without knowing it from drivers who actually use what they already own. None of this required a single dollar spent. Just 5 minutes of attention you were never given before today. If this saved you money, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, because the automotive industry is counting on you never finding out what else your car can already do for free.